Chapter 1, The Weight of Everything. Matteo Cruz hated the sound of his phone. It wasn't the ringtone, it wasn't even the vibration, it was what it meant. Another reminder, another deadline, another demand. The screen lit up again on his desk. Unknown number. He stared at it, didn't answer, it stopped. Then immediately, another call. Matteo exhaled sharply, rubbing his face. 35 years old, an engineer for an international shipping line, a man who had done everything right, and still everything had collapsed. The office around him buzzed with controlled urgency, phones ringing, keyboards clacking, people speaking in half sentences that carried more pressure than meaning, deadlines, cargo schedules, delays, losses. Matteo used to thrive in this. Now it suffocated him. To his email pinged, then again. He didn't open it. He already knew what it said. Overdue notice, final warning, immediate action reported. He leaned back in his chair, staring at the ceiling. For a moment he tried to remember what it felt like to not feel like this. He couldn't. The memory of the scam came back like it always did, clear, sharp, unforgiving. The man had been convincing, confident, certain, low risk, high return. Matteo had hesitated. Of course he had. He wasn't reckless, but he was tired. Tired of working endlessly with nothing to show, tired of watching others move ahead, tired of feeling like no matter how much he gave it was never enough. So he said yes, and just like that, everything was gone. Savings, loans, borrowed money, gone. To the calls started a week later, then the threats, then the quiet, suffocating realization that there was no way out. Matteo closed his eyes. "You're an engineer," he whispered to himself. "Figure it out." But this wasn't a system he could solve. Another call this time, he answered. "Hello," silence then. "A voice you think ignoring us makes this go away." Matteo said nothing. It doesn't. Click, the line went dead. Matteo lowered the phone slowly. Around him the office kept moving, unaffected, unaware. He stood up, walked toward the window. Ships moved slowly across the harbor below, massive, purposeful, controlled, everything he was not. A reflection stared back at him in the glass, tired, heavy, lost. Matteo pressed his hand lightly against the window. "There has to be a way out," he murmured. He just didn't know yet that the way out was already coming for him from the sea.